Okay, in this video I will just show you the array commands. There are 3 different array commands, but I'm going to show you 2 of them, the rectangular and polar array. So first we'll start off with rectangular, and the button for this is up in the modify panel. It should look, for you, it should look like this little icon with 4 squares inside of it, and if you click on that you get into the command. Otherwise you can type array. First I'm going to draw an object so we have something to array. So I'll just draw a square, and I'm going to type in array, select my object, hit enter, and it's asking me now which type of array I want to do, and I want this to be rectangular, so I will click on that, and it sets up a temporary array for me that I can manipulate how I want. I tend to kind of manipulate it on the screen first, and then if I have to be really precise about measurements, I will update things up here in the array panel, where it shows how many columns you have, how many rows, and the space in between each one in inches. So first I'm going to show you how to manipulate it on the screen. So this triangle at the bottom, click on that, and when you drag it out, it just multiplies how many columns you have. Same with the triangle on the top here. It will manipulate how many rows you have. The triangle that's inside a little bit is the spacing option. So this is where you can control the spacing without putting in actual numbers yet. And the same with this triangle on the rows. It will just manipulate the spacing, not multiply any number. And then this guy, the square in the top, this is a really nice one because you can update how many rows or columns you have at the same time. And yeah, I find that really helpful. This square in the bottom will just move it from one place to another. And that's the rectangular array. Next I will show you the polar array. So what that means is instead of a rectangle, it's going to array something in a circle. So I'll just show you. We can create a little flower. So don't mind me, I'm just going to draw a petal. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. Okay, here is my one petal. And I'm actually going to copy that. Oops, copy it and put it over here because I want to show you something else too later. But okay, so this I want to polar array it. So it's going to end up arrayed in a circle, obviously, like I said. So you type in, you either click the button up here in the drop down arrow and hit polar, or you can type in array polar. It might be easier just to hit that button on this one, honestly. So I'm going to select the objects, hit enter, and then it says to specify the center point of the array. So on this one I'll show you what happens when you select down here. Okay, I just clicked on it and automatically this popped up. I got an array in a perfect circle. Now the triangle is going to decrease how many I have or increase how many I have. and then the square will take your objects and move them further away from that circle that you were arraying around. Also, I'm just going to move this, sorry. Let's do another polar array. And I'm going to select the object, enter, and I'm going to, instead of selecting here, I'm selecting it here. Now look at that. We got like a, I think it's cool, it's like a lotus flower. Anyway, what this would be really good for is, like, say you have your, say you've got a table or something and you really want to put chairs around the table, but you're not trying to like measure them out and space them all perfectly, but you do want them to be perfect. This would be really good for that. So let's just do it one more time. Voila! Now you've got perfectly spaced chairs.